news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast. On Kaieteur Radio, Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. Due to ExxonMobil's ramp-up of toxic gas flaring at the Liza Phase 1 operation, so much has been emitted that Ghana is now one of the top 5 countries in the world for volume flared per year per capita. This is a new development from our last September calculation, which had placed Guyana in 6th place. ExxonMobil had ramped up production in October and flared more gas. EPA head Sharifa Razak had said that Exxon flared 16.496 million standard cubic feet of gas per day in October, up from 15 million cubic feet per day before. In other news, ask just about any medical expert and you are likely to hear the same thing. COVID-19 has brought us back to basics. But exactly what does this mean? Now, with the advent of the pandemic and moves to engage efforts to reduce its contagious and deadly impact, experts have concluded that the disease is one that can be greatly kept at bay by employing basic tactics. But what has become discouraging, especially to medical experts, is the fact far too many people have viewed the precautionary measures as too simple to be effective. This is according to Dr. Zulfikar Bucks, an emergency medical specialist. Even as he pointed to the fact that being responsible and keeping clean should be 2 qualities of any decent human being, he noted that the novel coronavirus has shown that people do not readily possess such qualities even in these modern times. In other news, as part of Guyana's requirements as an extractive industries transparency initiative member, it is mandated to publicize all natural resources contracts. It is a requirement that the Eiti Report documents the government's policy on disclosure of contracts and licenses that govern the exploration and exploitation of oil, gas, and minerals. This should include relevant legal provisions, actual disclosure practices, and any reforms that are planned or underway. What is concerning, however, is that Guyana has only made public those contracts of the petroleum sector, while contracts for the bauxite, timber, gold, and diamond sectors remain secret. Visits to GGMC website even proved futile, since the regulator has uploaded no contracts for the other extractive industries. And moving on, Chinese contractor China Harbour Engineering Company has been asked yet again by the government to prepare a revised work plan for the Chedi Jagan International Airport renovation project. However, if the contractor fails to do so on this occasion, strict action will be taken. This is according to Public Works Minister Juan Edgil. When asked what the possible actions that can be taken against the contractor are, the minister said he was unable to do so at the time. Only recently, CHEC handed the government a revised work plan, lacking the key components from the initial contract. Despite blatantly disrespecting government's directives, no formal action was taken against the contractor to date. And coming from Singapore, OE Digital, SBM Offshore, a Dutch FPSO or oil vessel specialist, has informed that the topside integration phase has kicked off in Singapore on the Liza Unity oil vessel. Once completed, the vessel will be deployed at ExxonMobil's Stabroek offshore block in Guyana and will be Guyana's 2nd FPSO in production. The vessel hull, built in China and moved to Singapore in January 2020, has now moved to the integration quayside in Keppel, TUAS, where the topsides integration phase started with the progressive lifting of the topsides modules. Let's tell you now that that should be the $4.5 billion set aside by the government for COVID-19 relief cash grant distribution is finding its way back into the economy. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, Gail Teixeira, said while the government's initiative is bringing relief to the most vulnerable, it is also strengthening the economy. The government started distribution of $25,000 per household cash grant initiative back in September to assist persons adversely affected by the pandemic. Minister Teixeira said between March and August of this year, more than 5,000 persons lost their jobs as a result of the economy shrinking. And now, let's tell you, a 16-year-old girl was on Sunday last found dead behind her mining Bagdam home, while her drinking partner has vanished, leaving her mother clueless. According to a police source, the teen was strangled to death. A police report stated that the murder occurred between Saturday, November 14th and Sunday, November 15th at Kawana Bagdam, 5-star Northwest District in Region 1. And that brings us to the end of this evening's newscast. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Coming up next is the National Outlook with GHK Lal, followed by the Glenn Lal Show.